I thought I turned around in time to get that Starman, but I didn't. I think what we're starting to see, because I've been telling you guys that we've been skipping a lot of dungeons. We're going to go back and do them later. And we're seeing the deficit in experience level starting to take its toll. Inside the Stonehenge dungeon. I think we're still going to be fine. Like, we're not under-leveled or anything. It's just... we could be in better shape than we are, and we're not. So... that's that. This should be my exit mouse room right here. Ah, an exit mouse. Hooray! 7 red, got the exit mouse. We're going to use that right now. Because there's still more dungeon left. We still got like 1 or 2 rooms of the dungeon left. And I want to not be homesick. That time the bear wasn't squatting over top of the entrance to this cave. I can go ham on these fools. Because I'm about to replenish all my pips anyway, so it's not going to matter. I don't think we've used that spell yet, have we? It was delicious. Felt good going ham on some really, really weak monsters. I kind of enjoyed that a little bit. Okay, let's get back to work here. There went a butterfly. I could have done with 2 or 3 of those in the actual dungeon. Let's call Mom again. Okay. I didn't get that got over being homesick message last time, but I did check the status screen and it said he wasn't homesick. So I don't know what the hell was the problem here. Okay, so we're gonna go through the dungeon again. It's gonna be fine. This is the 14th time we've gone into this dungeon. It's gonna be okay. I was gonna try to make a break for it, but these guys are really fast. And you can see that Dodif is not doing any damage. And that's really one of the reasons the Sword of Kings is cool, because it increases offense to the point where his attack command is better than 7 reds. Which is kind of something that he needs to be able to do. Well, maybe not. I mean, he's got a lot of attack magic. But then again, so does 7 red. And 7 red also has more pips, and she probably has a higher whatever stat makes your PSI do more damage. I don't know. He's just not a great character, and this is something unique for his character that makes him better, that you can only get if you spend hours and hours and hours grinding for it. I think I'm done complaining about this now. I think I'm done complaining about this now. Okay. Can I finish this fight real quick, please? No, because we gotta sit here and wait for all this text to go by, and 7 red is probably screwed, and that's fine, and she's gone. I should probably just Starstorm these guys. Honestly, I should probably just be using... if I see more than one of those, I need to fire and then Starstorm. Now healing's just being a bro, and it's just like, oh, you want to healed on the first try? No problem. Alright. I don't have much else to talk about in this dungeon, though, except for the one thing that I hate about it. Like, the one thing that I really hate about it a lot. Oh, well. Ah. Yeah, Starstorm is the way to be against those mooks, because they're just... it's almost better in the second half of the dungeon, because you don't have to fight the mooks anymore. They're much less dangerous. So, now that I'm not allowed to complain about the thing anymore, what do I talk about? In this dungeon that I've been through 16 times now. Have you noticed that every time I tell you guys how many times I've gone into this dungeon, it seems to increase? Like, it's really only the 3rd time I've come into the dungeon. But I said it was the 4th, and then changed my mind and said it was the 14th, and then changed my mind again and said it was the 16th. And next time it's going to be like the 78th time. So, yeah. A little bit hypocritical. Nobody needs 3 eyes. That's all I'm saying. You don't need to have a big Cyclops eye and 2 eye stalks. That's going to kill somebody. It didn't. Oh, he's got... He must have equipment that's protecting his ice damage then, because that freeze beta that they were throwing was killing 7 Red when it hit her. Anyway, I thought for sure that was a red swirl. I thought for sure that I messed that up. We can bash. Yeah, see, no, that's blowing 7 Red up. What does Destil have that's protecting him against that? He's got to have something. I have to try to run. 7 Red got hurt and collapsed. Awesome! There's no way that... Ugh. Oh, the random elements of this game are just frustrating me. It didn't work. Of course not, because why would I want to spend 20 pips on a spell and have it work? It's so much more fun if you spend 20 pips and then it doesn't work. That is way more fun. It makes me, like, giddy to know that I can spend my 20 pips on a spell and then the spell doesn't work. Why on earth would you want your spells to work in an RPG where spells are your primary means of playing the game and reviving your people? That's a Dragon Quest problem. That has nothing to do with EarthBound. EarthBound just lifted all of Dragon Quest's dumb tropes and put them in the game. That's whatever. Can't totally blame EarthBound for that one. But it doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't think it's fun at all. Actually, I was being sarcastic. Not like really sarcastic, I guess. I was like being like 30% sarcastic. That in itself was sarcastic. I was being 100% sarcastic. I think if the spell costs 5 pips, then it might be okay to say, oh, okay, well, it's got a chance that it's not going to work. I need to run. Come on! If I had managed to run, it would not have mattered the healing that I had to spend or whatever. Now everybody's gonna die. Now I really need to run. But couldn't. God damn it! Like, I really need to run. And did! Yay! I have to use a couple life noodles now. That's right, I can't use the life noodles out of Kefka's inventory because that would just be better, I guess. It makes no sense at all that you can use an item out of an inventory of somebody who's dead, but that you can give somebody an item from your inventory when you're dead. That makes perfect sense. Ugh. I am way over Stonehenge. I'm ready to not be in Stonehenge anymore. I am ready to be in not Stonehenge. The next part of the game that comes after this, that's where I want to be now. I am not happy being here in Stonehenge any longer. Of course he got his HP replenished because that's super great. Somebody's going to leave a comment saying, well, Brickroad, of course you're having a hard time in the dungeon. You're way lower level than you're supposed to be. Which, what they're saying is go grind for 6 hours. They're going to be like, don't you know that Starman.net says that you should be level 70? Then you come here and you get green swirls and get insta-kills and everything. And then farming up the Sword of King only takes 1 hour instead of 6. I said I wasn't going to complain about the Sword of Kings anymore. And on a technicality, I was complaining about something totally different, to which the Sword of Kings was only related to tangentially. I think I'm in the clear. I think I'm still okay. I actually am level 50. I said level 50 is a level that I thought would be much higher than what I was, but no, I think I really am level 50. Ugh, we're gonna Starstorm. I am very close to out of pips. I'm probably gonna eat up all my truffles. I'm gonna need a lot of truffles. I'm going to try to conserve them if I can, because I do have more dungeon to go through and a boss fight, but if I can't, then you knows. Heal up my squishies here a little bit. Okay. Thought for sure that was going to be a red swirl, so I guess I really shouldn't complain about that. Okay. And this is it for Dodov's pips. After this, he's really going to need a truffle. Nice smash attack. Totally useless, of course. Absolutely 100% useless. Like a regular attack would have done fine against that monster. But hey, you know what? Nice anyway. Let's start with a PSI caramel. Maybe that will buy us a little bit of time. I don't know. I should be paying more attention to try to despawn these monsters, but there's so many little twisty paths in this dungeon, I'm not sure if that'll be super helpful. Like, I'm not confident that I can go do like the back and forth trick to despawn monsters in this dungeon without just spawning more monsters ahead of me. So I'm not sure if that's going to work entirely. So, the reason we're in this dungeon to begin with, in case you haven't been following EarthBound's roller coaster of a plot, is that a bunch of our friends, Dr. Internets, Tony, Apple Kid, someone else I'm forgetting, I'm sure, got kidnapped. They got dragged off by the Starmans to the Stonehenge base. And as far as I know, there's no in-universe reason for why the characters know that. Like, nobody called up Kefka and was like, hey, you should check the Stonehenge base to see if your missing friends are there. I bet they are. Like, that didn't happen. But there's a good gameplay reason for why the player would know that, I think. And I want to talk about that a little bit. Because when you're early in the game... No! I did all that bitching! I cried! On camera! On microphone, at least. I complained for an hour and a half that this thing never friggin' drops! You've got to be... Don't say a bad word, Brickroad. Just count your blessings. Just don't say... Just... Okay? Okay! Okay! Dodov can equip this weapon. It increases your offense. Wow. I don't even know what I was talking about now. I am without words. So this should turn Dodov into a monster. He's got to use equip, not goods. I'm beside myself. Plus 30 offense. That's all it is. Plus 30 offense. Rarest item in the game. Takes players hours to farm up all that bitching and moaning, and it's plus 30 offense. It's not even that good. I just took a drink of my Pepsi right there. I had to. I had to put carbonation in my mouth. I don't know what's real. I don't know what life is anymore. What was I talking about before I was so rudely interrupted with the Sword of Kings? I dropped! I guess the game's like, you know what? You deserve it, because this dungeon has been such a pain in the neck. Because we gave you homesickness twice. You just deserved it, Brickroad. We're gonna be bros and let you get the Sword of Kings. But then it's like, oh, but it's not gonna be very good. Well, I don't know. Let's watch and see. 128. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't even. I wish I did, but I don't even. What the hell was I talking about before that? I totally blanked. Okay, I've been watching the messages on the screen, like, carefully whenever you win the battle. Just in case it drops. And just a weird noise came out of my mouth after that happens. I don't even... And I can't, for the life of me, remember what the hell I was going on about after that. I didn't imagine that, did I? Earlier, much earlier in the LP, I think in the Dusty Desert sequence, I uploaded a video, and I got like a meteorite or something dropped off a monster, and somebody left a comment saying, "Oh, that's a really rare item. You got really lucky getting that meteorite." And I replied to the comment, was like, "Oh, well, I just used up all the luck that I was going to use to get the Sword of Kings later." I'm sorry to have lied to you. And Donif is still doing less damage than 7 Red is with her frying pan. God bless her. Wow. It even still says bash. It doesn't even say anything cool. It doesn't say, like, eviscerate. I am very underwhelmed. I'm glad I didn't spend any time trying to farm up the Sword of Kings. I'm glad it just kind of dropped into my lap, because if I had spent the time... I thought about it. I actually had a conversation about it. That looked like it should have been a red swirl, like right there. I was facing away from the guy, but whatever. I had a conversation about it with one of my bros. I'm like, should I... Like, I could do like a bonus episode and just fast forward it to 400% and farm up the Sword of Kings. But we decided it would be a bad idea because it would over-level me or whatever, but it turns out it's not even that great, so I'm really glad I didn't do that now. I'm really glad that I didn't go out of my way to get this stupid item, which it turns out isn't that great in the first place. Wow, I'm salty about this. Nobody in the world has ever complained this much about getting a rare item like that. It's never happened. I need another exit mouse. Yes, give me your son. The last one was delicious. I didn't mean to say no. I meant to say yes. The hell was I talking about before that happened? My mind is drawing a blank. I was talking about why you come to Stonehenge Base. Okay, so I was gonna make a point, and I forget what it was now. You know to come to... Okay, I think... God. Hold on. I don't want to get attacked while I collect myself here. I said there's not like an in-universe reason for how you know to come to Stonehenge Base. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Okay.